need to find a particular tree. Maybe a map will be helpful.
Hey, Wally.
Hi, Molly.
Well, look what the surf washed ashore. It's Guybrush Threepwood.
Nice to see you again, too, Wally. Whatever your last name is.
I spent years in therapy getting over being burned, blinded, blown up, abandoned, and marooned because of you.
Yeah, good times.
So you
You're
don't
lucky
want
I'm
to give us
past
a
all that and
map,
running
is what
the
you're
best
saying.
map shop within the Caribbean and beyond.
Oh, never mind. You're good.
You wouldn't happen to have a map to the secret of Monkey Island.
Funny you should ask. I recently made one on commission, but then they destroyed all my source material. It is the only one in existence. Best of luck to you.
I'm looking for a tree to make a stupid mop from. Have you got a map for that?
So the cook has sent you on one of his spiritual journeys? Been a while since I made one of those mop tree maps. What kind of tree is it again?
I don't know. A wood one?
That's okay. Just bring me a sliver of the wood and I can work it out from there. I'm that good.
You have a lot of maps in here.
So we
We've got
get to
so
go get a
many,
sliver
you
of the
don't
mop
have to find them
handle
all.
Yep, we need to find a
and
knife.
probably piss off the cook
A
in
little
the
cartographer
process.
humor.
Yeah, I'd forgotten how funny it was. Looks like the shop across the way is in trouble.
The high-stakes, ego-driven world of pirating is changing, and dark magic is taking over. Voodoo magic is fun and all, but it's not what the new generation wants. Me? I'm on the bleeding edge and making a bundle. I'm about to franchise.
The town seems to be pretty run down.
Since Captain Madison made Melee her base of operations, people have been complaining. They say she brings a bad element to town, but that bad element spends a lot of money on maps. So, what am I supposed to do?
Do what's right?
I am. I'm doing what's right for Wally.
Good for him.
Bye.
I mean, you do what you
They're like
can with
glasses,
what you
only
have.
way less convenient. Look behind you, a three-headed monkey.
Oh,
Yoink.
please take one. I use them to promote my business. See, it says maps and more on the edge.
Thanks.
Now, how much more do we need to be able to read that lock?
Wally, can I have one of these maps?
Absolutely. If you pay for it.
Never mind.
LeChuck, sir. Just thought I'd pop in and let you know. Preparations to set sail are almost done.
Oh,
You have
zombie
all
stage.
the supplies for the spell to get
Okay.
to Monkey Island?
Check. Squid ink, chickens, brimstone, cinnamon.
Oh no, he's getting
rum,
cinnamon.
Mint, and an annoying skull.
Well done. Mark yourself down for one less lashing this voyage.
Funny story. Guybrush Threepwood tried to sign on to the crew.
Threepwood? He must be looking for the secret too. That guy steals all my best ideas. Have him killed. Wait, let him live. I want him to see me sail off for Monkey Island knowing the secret is lost to him forever.
Sure. I want to bring this up one more time. Is searching for this mythical secret of Monkey Island a good idea? Shouldn't we be out terrorizing the high seas, instilling fear, creating mayhem, being more on brand for LeChuck?
I've had enough of you questioning my orders. Finish loading the ship, and whatever you do, don't let Threepwood on board.
Very well.
Hey, Guybrush! Hey, kid! Watch your boots in here, son. It's like a swamp. Without the clean parts.
I can read the serial number. I'll write it
Really?
down so I
That's
don't
all we
forget.
had to do.
Ah,
There are more codes to get, and they will not be as easy to get.
I was gonna say, that seems a little
Welcome
easy.
back.
Hello. Can you make me a key from this serial number?
Sure. Good choice on the lock. These are really sturdy. It's the same kind they use over at the jail.
Oh, wow. What a coincidence. I had no idea.
Hey, Guybrush! Hey, kid! How's your day going?
Otis, the authorities have reconsidered your case and decided that you should go free.
I'm very grateful to the authorities and will not mention their name should any awkward questions be asked. Good luck, Stan. I hope you get acquitted.
Oh, it's in the bag, friend, but thanks.
Any writing that was once here has been rubbed away.
Oh, what a shame. I guess he's just gonna have to stay there.
No thanks. I'm about to be acquitted. Escaping looks bad.
Hey, Stan.
Hello there, son.
What did you do that got you arrested?
Let me tell you
I was
something.
gonna say, what
son.
didn't he do to
It's
get
not
arrested?
What a man does that matters. It's who he is. Maybe one day, in a moment
How
of
many
weakness,
forms
he
of fraud
crosses a line.
exist
But
in
if
this
he's confident
universe?
about what's in his heart, he
Yes.
can hold his
Yes.
head high. And you know what's in my heart, son?
Blood and goopy stuff?
People. People are in my heart. Anything I may have allegedly
People in your
done,
heart?
you can be sure
Sounds
I
like
did
you
it
need
because
surgery.
I care about people.
What exactly did you allegedly do for people that got you arrested?
I gave them what they wanted. Now, naturally, people don't always know that they want the things they want. Sometimes it takes a man with a talent like mine to show them the way. And sometimes people who are jealous of that sort of talent will try to put all sorts of unpleasant labels on it. They use hurtful words like scam and misrepresentation and even fraud. But it's all just marketing, son. As natural as the rocks and the trees and the Malay Island flounder birds. And that's why I'm not worried. I'm awaiting final judgment of the court, but I'm certain I'll be acquitted. They don't hang people for marketing.
I've seen some marketing that should have
Didn't
had
you used to
people
have a
hung
law
for it.
practice or something?
Used to, but I was disbarred for what we former law practitioners call moral turpitude.
Is that a real word?
More or less, it's one of those handy catch-all words that you can use whatever you want because it doesn't mean anything specific.
See you later.
Yep.
Now, when he said that, was he referring to the
Stay on
word
this side of
moral
Mars,
or the word
just in case.
turpitude?
Yes.
Once you have a key, you've got to open the door. Things are not what they seem.
Are we having a rear window reference at this point?
It's the way of keys.
Hey, kid.
I don't remember this place being so leaky. A crystal. Yeah, this isn't that kind of game. Green, half off. Blue, half of half off. Yellow, half of half of half off. Orange, aren't you glad you're here? Someone's very excited I'm looking at this sign. Keep up the good work, buddy.
Ooh, there it is.
Pointy.
It is a non-magical ceremonial knife. Very sharp indeed.
Oh, I'd like this knife.
An excellent choice. I will need you to verbally agree to a release of liability.
Okay.
This product is not to be used in the commission of any crime, including vandalism, jailbreak, and theft of ancient priceless
Well, that
artifacts.
takes the fun out of owning it.
Threatening, frightening, stabbing, shaving, or manicuring.
But if you stare at it long enough, you get a certain ending in Silent Hill 2.
Wait, shaving?
Outside the
Aw.
scope of acceptable use.
Oh, okay, I guess.
The product is not balanced for throwing. Throwing the product violates these terms and will invalidate the warranty. whittling, scrimshaw, mumbledy-peg, juggling,
So we're going to
any
throw it out a
tricks
window,
involving
right?
stacking or
Yes.
balancing the product
Yes.
may cause serious injury and should not be attempted by unlicensed persons.
Uh-huh.
Use with breads, spreads, bedspreads, or thread
Let's see
may
what happens if we
damage
take
the
it down
product.
to the basement.
If damaged,
It's not
the
pretty.
product should not be used. Product is sharp and should not be carried in a pocket, coat, belt, hatband, handbag, shoulder holster, or sheath. At
Product
all
should not
times,
be carried
keep
in
the
a
product
sheath,
away
huh?
from children, pets, the aged or infirm,
I
dogs,
mean-
pilots, and adults. Where possible, it should be locked securely in a vault. The manufacturer accepts no responsibility for the consequences of any use or misuse of this product. By verbally assenting to these terms, purchaser hereby
anyone
assumes
going on,
all
you can
liability,
get on with
past,
it.
present, and
You can
future
speed up the
throughout this
video.
and all possible and impossible universes.
Oh, is this where I say yes?
Yes.
Yes. Is there anything I am allowed to do with it?
I am not able to answer that question, as it could create a liability issue.
Yeah, you have a knife.
Although we can't do a damn thing with it.
Not legally, anyway. But really,
We're allegedly a pirate. It's all good.
yes. I'm still gonna go in his day at some point.
Stay away from my mop.
Not touching them up.
Stay away from my mop.
Oh, you look like the health inspector tasted your stew. Or you did.
Worse, Marlin is here.
Who?
The customer I have nightmares about. He's the only importer of yak fat on the island, so I need to keep him happy, but he makes that impossible. Today he wants me to make him a dish that he
Yak
ate last
fat.
week at some kind of event at the governor's mansion. But of course he doesn't remember what it's called or know what's in it or even remember what color it was. He says he thinks it has ingredients in it. I don't have the slightest idea what to make.
If I brought you a recipe, could you make it?
Of course, I'm a cook. See the hat?
Oh, look behind you! A three-headed monkey!
I do know a great stew recipe for monkey heads, but I can't think about that right now.
Oh, where did he say he had the dish he wants you to make?
At the governor's mansion. It's probably some exotic, weird-tasting thing from a swanky cookbook.
I'll see what I can find out.
It's going to be
Thanks.
toast, isn't it?
Hi.
Are you my waiter? I want the excellent dish I had at the governor's mansion last week. I don't know what it's called, but it was sort of, you know, a hot food.
Yeah, but I'm not...
It had ingredients in it or something.
I'm not your waiter.
I already told your incompetent cook this, but he still hasn't brought me my dinner.
I don't work here. I'm not a waiter.
Hop to it!
Right away, sir.
Yeah, no wonder this guy's a nightmare.
Hmm.
Oh, there was something at the mansion. Let's go to the mansion.
Yeah, maybe Carlo would know what it was that he got last week.
Well, I've come for a recipe. A dish you served at a recent function. It's been described as hot and having ingredients in it. Ring any bells?
I do host plenty of functions, but I'm afraid I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Elaine says Captain Madison is hurting her scurvy project.
Not the legislative part, just the public funding. The town was in a bind a while back, and that so-and-so, Captain Madison, saw an opportunity. She lent us the cash we needed, but now we're up a creek paying the interest. Things like social programs, waste management, and town maintenance are all on the back burner.
I like that woman less every minute.
You and me both.
I don't really have anything to say. I just like doing this.
Practice is nice, but I'm busy these days. Governor stuff.
You know, Captain Madison has figured out the best way to be a pirate.
It's a cookbook. It has 4 stars, but it looks like they're for difficulty. Can I borrow a book?
You've got a lot of nerve asking that. You never brought back the last book you borrowed. I had to buy another copy. You never even apologized.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm hearing the words, but somehow they aren't helping. I need more than that.
I don't really have anything to say. I just like doing this.
Practice is nice, but I'm busy these days. Governor stuff.
Can I borrow a book?
What
You
exactly
never
do
brought
we
back
need
the
to do?
last book you borrowed. You never even apologized.
Offer to pay for it, probably.
I don't need your money.
No?
Can I borrow a book?
You never brought back the last book you borrowed. You never even apologized.
I totally forgot.
Of course you did. You think like a cow.
Warning. The dark forest ahead is deadly and twisty. Maps are highly recommended.
Are there grooves in there?
Probably.
I used to love these when I was 6. Until I got trapped in one for 2 days. I think they're illegal now. Museum of Pirate Lore. Oh, I used to love these when I was 6. Once upon a time, I won a t-shirt right here on the front lawn.
Hi there. Welcome to the Melee Island Museum of Pirate Lore. I'm Conrad, the curator and docent here. I also
Conrad.
edit the Pirate Times newsletter. Here, take my business card.
Thanks.
The museum showcases the largest collection of pirate memorabilia in the Caribbean. Or on Melee Island at the very least. The provenance of each item has been very carefully researched and fact-checked by myself
I can think of
and
several
my team.
ways
Feel free to explore.
to
And if you have any questions,
approach
just ask.
the whole recipe angle.
What's this melted lump of metal?
It used to be a mug. It was melted by some kind of
think
acid.
of several
It
ways.
was found in the Melee jail many years ago.
And
After
I
an
have
incident
no
where,
idea
like,
which one the
20
game is
pirates
actually going to go
escaped.
for.
Hey, I did that. I had to keep pouring the grog from mug to mug because it was melting them. I had an armload of mugs, and I juggled them all the way from the scum bar to the jail. Also, I could get Otis to join my crew. Not my greatest decision in retrospect.
Spoiler alert?
That's a pretty
Really?
wild story.
You don't
Well,
believe me?
game that
It's
came
not a
out
question of belief.
Never
a
mind.
long time
it's not
ago.
important.
Hmm.
That
Darth
map looks
Vader
familiar.
is Luke's
That's
father.
1/4 of
How
a
about
mile
that
map
one?
to the treasure Big Whoop. I
Rosebud
got it from the
is a
cartographer on
sledding
Low Street.
board.
Apparently, he was somehow involved in the search
Suddenly I
for
feel
Big
like
Whoop.
we're back in
About
frog
all
practice.
Wally managed to do was get kidnapped by LeChuck's henchmen.
That's not the way he tells it.
I'm just trying to help.
Thanks. I've got it under control.
How on earth do you have that note?
Oh yeah, that's very interesting. That was found tucked inside of a book at the Fat Island Library. It's the actual note left by the ghost pirate LeChuck when he kidnapped Governor Marley.
I know what it is. The lookout handed it to me just before I finished my 3 trials. I was crushed, but undaunted. I gathered a crew and I sailed to Monkey Island to save her. Not that she needed it, as it turned out.
Wow, man, you're really into this. I've got a role-playing group on Thursday nights.
I'm telling you the truth.
I'm sure you are. but it just doesn't quite square with the official record. So it's hard to substantiate.
Substantiate? You've got an eyewitness.
Eyewitnesses are notoriously inaccurate.
I like the fact
Human
that
memory
he's
is
just
plastic and
balancing his
suggestible.
knee on the peg leg.
No, of course not. I deal in facts.
I'm guessing he just makes him look more authentic.
What was this cinder you've got on the wall?
Oh, that. Yeah, that was an unsent love letter written by Elaine Marley while she was governor of the island.
What? Elaine?
The recipient was referred to only as Plunder Bunny.
That's me!
It was a really touching letter. Unfortunately, I put the candle too close to it.
What did it say? Tell me what she said.
Oh, you know, love letter stuff. Honestly, I don't remember a word of it, but it was touching.
Thanks a lot. What's the significance of the peg leg?
That belonged to the infamous Peg Leg Patty. She used to hide a spare cutlass in it, in case of capture. Sadly, that's the reason she's no longer with us.
What's the story with the wanted poster?
That is the earliest known wanted poster for Captain Kate Capsize. You can tell how notorious she was by the huge number of crimes listed there. Very impressive. I got it from a collector on Fat Island.
Those are my own crimes, actually. I was pretty much public enemy number 1 on Fat Island at the time. I stuck Kate's picture on there so she'd get thrown in jail.
That would never work. Nobody's that clueless in real life.
This is absurd.
Just you.
It's like this whole wall is stuff from my personal adventures, but somehow I'm not even mentioned in your stories.
That's what's so great about this museum. Everyone makes their own connections with the exhibits, and it's highly personal and different for everyone.
That's not what I'm trying to say at all.
That's okay. You don't need to say anything. Just listen to what the exhibits tell you.
Fine. What can you tell me about this eye patch?
That's the pride of the collection. It belonged to Captain John Laney, the pirate of 1,000 faces. Supposedly, it had voodoo powers that would disguise him. I tried it on though, and nothing happened.
Is this a left hook or a right hook?
That once belonged to the dread pirate Meat Hook. Supposedly he was ambidextrous. Also, he used to live right here on Melee.
He wasn't a pirate.
That's a nice coffin.
The one with the ore. Yeah, the coffin had a lot of water damage when I got it from the voodoo lady in town. But I managed to restore it. It was used by a certain well-known captain in a daring escape from a Turkish prison.
The water damage is actually from the swamp on Scab Island.
Unlikely. The prison in question is nowhere near Scab Island.
You should think about hiring a research assistant.
Oh, I did. Unpaid, of course. Intern.
Scum.
The display case is locked. There's some very tiny writing on it. Well, the numbers are a little clearer, but still too tiny to read.
Ah, we need a second magnifier.
Yep.
Got it.
It's cracker mix. Some assembly required.
Can we go get a parrot and then turn it into the parrot from Clock Tower on that guy?
The parrots will be useful just at the moment.
Especially fortified for the healthy parrot diet. Pirate Times, editor Conrad Lee, ready to publish your unrecognized genius. Ooh, purple flowers. These must be teasel, or alliums, or clematis. I'm hopelessly lost without a map.
Did you have to get lost before it would let you actually do the thing you need to do with it?
I think so.
Hi there.
Hi. I see you have a parrot and only a few crackers. Would you like some cracker mix?
Thanks. The ones on the plate were getting a bit stale. Take some if you want.
Don't mind if I do. Hey, Wally. Bye. Better to have one for each eye.
If you say so.
If one monocle is good, two is better.
Really?
Yes.
There's just something about it when the game goes, okay, we're going to give you two puzzles that are the exact same.
Ah, crystal clear. I'll just write that down.
On the other hand, we keep going back there, we could eventually just make a full-on telescope.
Hello, Mr. Brush.
Hi there. Can you make me a key from this serial number?
Sure. This will be for a high-end display case. You a collector?
Yeah. Stamps.
He's not actually charging us anything for those keys.
Nope.
Did you get tired of just laying there and want more petting?
Apparently. Meanwhile, at the mansion.
What do you expect me to do, Elaine? Issue a proclamation?
Of course not, Carla. We'll need to generate public support. I'm working on that.
People around here don't like any kind of restrictions, even if it's for their own good.
But we can put a requirement on ships traveling to the north. There's already a customs check, so the infrastructure is all in place.
Well, it's a start. Scurvy's a big problem. Let's do all we can.
Agreed.
I've come a long
We
way.
need more pallets.
Is there anything else on the agenda?
Coffee?
You want to cuddle again? Is that what's going on? Come on.
Classic and subtle. Like me. But I don't need to be wearing this right now.
Yes.
You are cat.
It's good for relieving stress.
We need to take that. Take the sponge. We need to go find where we broke the bottle of developer fluid. Oh wait, wrong game.
So we gotta stuff the sponges in the crack in the safe that we made from the sword, and then pour the wine in it.
You know, I swear I've played a game where you actually have to pour water in a crack and freeze it to break something open.
See, I'm a different person. I have an eye patch.
An eye patch is going to flip back and forth between the eyes depending on which way he stands.
That is the worst disguise I've ever seen.
No, of course not. Just having a little eye trouble. Blepharospasm.
Oh, try some cashews. You might be short on magnesium. Or wits.
Darn, I thought this thing was supposed to be magic. I must have forgotten something. I better take off this eye patch first. Hey, watch it!
I mean, if we need to infuse it with magic, it would seem a very obvious stop somewhere with it.
Oh, yeah.
What do you make of this eye patch?
Ah, the famous eye patch disguise of John Laney.
Famous eye patch of John Delancey.
As I suspected, the magic has long since drained away.
Good. Great. So, can you charge it up again?
I can. If you bring me one more thing. A particular charm of great power. You must bring me the bite of 1,000 needles. Then
The
I
bite
will
of 1,000 needles.
The bite of 1,000 needles.
Death by 1,000
Can you get
cuts.
more specific?
These needles.
All right. Let's see what I can do.
We need a tattoo gun.
No. Anyway, it's gone out of time again, so it's time to call a question on this recording session. So I've been the Raven. This has been Sabot on StarprincessHLC. This has been Return to Monkey Island, where people are feeling a little lost. I'm not as familiar with this game as I am with the first three. So, until next time, watch out for pirates with sticky hands. Lady folks.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.